Every morning your joints send the same painful signal before you even get out of bed. Stiff fingers refuse to bend easily. Knees ache with the first steps of the day. That persistent inflammation has taken over your life, and the medications only mask it temporarily while creating new concerns. What if the real solution has been right in front of you all along in your own kitchen? The body has an incredible ability to reduce inflammation naturally when given the right daily support. Thousands have already discovered this gentler path to real comfort. Your freedom of movement could return sooner than you think if you listen carefully to what actually works. The stiffness hits you the moment your feet touch the floor. Fingers refuse to close fully around the toothbrush. Knees send a dull warning with every step toward the kitchen. Shoulders tighten when you reach for a cabinet. This daily pattern of swelling and discomfort has quietly taken over moments that used to feel effortless. Many wake up already calculating how much medication they will need just to function. The emotional weight grows heavier each week as simple pleasures slip further away. You are not imagining the toll. The frustration of planning your day around pain levels is real and shared by countless others who want their bodies to cooperate again. Yet right here, in this moment of recognition, a quiet shift begins. Your body already possesses built-in mechanisms to dial down inflammation when supported the right way. Science from the Mayo Clinic confirms that targeted daily choices can gently encourage this natural response without the cycle of temporary fixes. The possibility feels almost too straightforward, but it is exactly where real progress starts. Chronic inflammation does not appear overnight. Years of internal signals build until joints protest loudly. You feel it in the reduced range of motion, the reluctance to bend or twist, the constant low-grade ache that steals energy. Medications may blunt the edge for a few hours, yet the root signals often remain. This leaves many searching for something that works alongside the body rather than overriding it. Hope emerges when you realize everyday habits can address those signals at their source. Picture the relief of mornings that greet you with less resistance. The first steps feel lighter. Hands move with greater ease as the day unfolds. These changes do not require dramatic overhauls. They begin with awareness that certain consistent choices can lower the inflammatory load your joints carry. The National Institute on Aging notes that such approaches help maintain mobility longer and reduce reliance on stronger interventions. You already have access to tools that fit seamlessly into your routine. The mind often races with questions at this stage. Why does the pain persist despite effort? How can small adjustments create noticeable freedom? The answers lie in understanding that inflammation responds to steady, gentle support rather than sporadic attempts. Your body responds best when nourished daily in ways that align with its own chemistry. This insight alone lifts some of the helplessness that accompanies long-term discomfort. Many describe a turning point when they stop viewing their joints as enemies and start partnering with them. The emotional lift is immediate. Instead of dread, a sense of possibility enters the picture. You begin to experiment with choices that feel empowering rather than restrictive. Each positive shift reinforces that progress is within reach. The journey feels less lonely once you see that others have walked the same path and found measurable comfort. Consistency becomes your quiet superpower. A single day offers little change, yet repeated small actions compound into visible mobility gains. You notice the difference in how you stand taller, reach farther, or enjoy activities without constant interruption. This is not wishful thinking. Research supports that the body rewards steady anti-inflammatory support with reduced swelling and improved function. The hope you feel now is grounded in real biological possibilities. As these ideas settle, curiosity naturally grows. What specific pathways does inflammation follow, and how can daily decisions interrupt them? The answers unfold step by step without overwhelming complexity. Your focus stays on practical, sustainable moves that fit real life. The body begins to respond when it receives the right signals day after day. This foundation of understanding sets the stage for deeper insights ahead. Many assume prescription medications and over-the-counter anti-inflammatories deliver the complete answer they need. Yet after weeks or months, the same stiffness returns stronger than before. The temporary calm fades while new side effects appear in the digestive system or elsewhere. This pattern leaves people questioning whether the relief is truly sustainable or simply borrowed time. Harvard researchers have observed that long-term reliance on these approaches often fails to address the ongoing internal signals driving the discomfort. The contradiction becomes clearer when you examine everyday routines. Meals filled with processed items and refined oils seem harmless, yet quietly amplify the very inflammation you fight. Even balanced diets sometimes miss the mark because they overlook how the body processes certain triggers at the cellular level. You feel the frustration mount as progress plateaus despite careful efforts. At the same time, a quiet realization emerges that smarter daily support could interrupt this cycle without the familiar drawbacks. Science from the National Institute on Aging highlights how chronic low-grade inflammation persists when key regulatory pathways remain unchecked. Enzymes like COX continue their work unchecked unless the right natural signals reach them consistently. This is not a flaw in your body, but a gap in common strategies that focus only on surface symptoms. The insight brings both tension and unexpected clarity because it points toward solutions that work in harmony rather than against your system. Imagine waking up and noticing the familiar ache has lost some of its intensity after consistent better choices. That subtle shift in how your shoulders move or your grip feels stronger builds a new kind of confidence. It is not dramatic overnight change, but a steady easing that lets you reclaim small freedoms. Such possibilities exist because the body responds positively when given the precise support it recognizes from nature. This understanding alone turns frustration into focused curiosity about what those supportive elements truly are. Failed attempts often stem from overlooking absorption challenges. Many supplements or dietary tweaks never reach full effectiveness because the body cannot utilize them efficiently without specific helpers. The result is wasted effort and renewed disappointment. Yet this very limitation creates room for deeper strategies that pair ingredients in ways research confirms enhance their impact dramatically. You start to sense that the answer lies closer than expected once these details align. Microscenes from daily life illustrate the point vividly. Someone reaches for the coffee pot and feels the wrist protest less sharply than the week before. Another climbs stairs without the usual pause to catch breath from joint strain. These moments accumulate when the underlying mechanisms receive consistent daily nudges. The emotional movement from discouragement to quiet optimism feels authentic because it rests on observable biological logic rather than vague promises. Contradictions in modern lifestyles add another layer. Increased screen time and reduced natural movement compound internal stress that fuels joint issues further. The body's natural anti-inflammatory reserves deplete faster under these conditions. Recognizing this opens a pathway toward reclaiming control through targeted adjustments that counteract those effects. Hope strengthens here as the picture of sustainable relief sharpens without requiring major upheaval. The deeper you explore the hidden signals, the more the body's own intelligence stands out. Cytokines and oxidative stress play central roles, yet respond remarkably well to steady external support from familiar sources. Neoclinic findings reinforce that such approaches help maintain joint function longer by working at the source rather than masking signals. This knowledge shifts the emotional tone from helplessness toward empowered anticipation of practical next steps that fit real life seamlessly. You deserve strategies that respect your body's rhythm instead of fighting it. The growing curiosity now carries a tangible sense of direction because each new insight builds directly on the last. Small, consistent actions hold the potential to rewrite how your joints feel day after day. The path forward feels clearer and more attainable with every layer of understanding you gain. The deeper causes of persistent joint inflammation finally point toward practical daily allies that work with your body instead of against it. 3 unassuming kitchen staples I have used personally every single day deliver targeted relief where other approaches often fall short. These are not exotic or expensive items. They are familiar, accessible, and backed by research that shows how they interrupt inflammatory pathways at the source. The National Institute on Aging highlights how consistent use of such natural compounds supports long-term mobility without the drawbacks many experience elsewhere. Your joints can respond with noticeable ease when these 3 become part of your routine. Extra virgin olive oil stands out as the first powerful daily choice. Its unique compound called oleocanthal acts in ways remarkably similar to ibuprofen, yet without the harsh long-term effects on your system. Studies confirm it gently inhibits the same enzymes that drive swelling and discomfort. The golden, smooth texture feels luxurious on the tongue while delivering real support from within. I drizzle 1 or 2 tablespoons every morning on warm toast with avocado or mix it into a quick lemon dressing for lunch. The subtle peppery bite at the back of your throat signals high quality and active compounds at work. Even a light finish on steamed vegetables at dinner helps your body absorb fat-soluble nutrients that keep joints supple. Turmeric paired with a pinch of black pepper forms the second daily cornerstone. The active curcumin in turmeric calms cellular inflammation signals, while the piperine in black pepper boosts its absorption dramatically. This simple combination turns an ordinary spice into a potent ally that research links to reduced morning stiffness and improved flexibility over weeks of steady use. I prepare a soothing golden milk each morning by stirring half a teaspoon of turmeric and a dash of black pepper into warm almond milk. The warm, earthy aroma alone feels comforting. You can also sprinkle the duo into soups, stir-fries, or rice dishes for effortless integration. The synergy creates a quiet, calming effect that builds day after day. Fresh ginger completes the trio with its own set of active compounds that ease pain and support circulation naturally. Gingerols and showgales work to quiet the messengers that amplify discomfort while promoting smoother movement. Clinical observations show many people notice less reliance on other aids after incorporating it consistently. I grate a small piece into morning tea or blend it fresh into smoothies for a gentle spicy kick that wakes up the senses. It shines in stir-fries or grated over roasted carrots at dinner. The warmth it brings feels immediate yet gentle, helping your body maintain balance without disruption. These three work beautifully together because each addresses a different layer of the inflammatory process. One lubricates and protects from the inside, another targets cellular signals with enhanced absorption, and the third supports circulation and calm. You do not need large amounts or complicated recipes. A tablespoon here, a pinch there, and a small fresh piece daily create compounding benefits. Many report freer movement within a few consistent weeks. The body rewards this steady support with less swelling, easier mornings, and renewed confidence in everyday activities. Picture your days transforming as the stiffness fades and simple tasks feel light again. Walking the dog becomes enjoyable rather than calculated. Playing with grandchildren no longer carries the shadow of discomfort. Energy returns because your system works more efficiently instead of constantly fighting internal fire. This shift feels empowering because it comes from choices you control in your own kitchen. The emotional relief of knowing you are actively supporting your joints rather than masking symptoms brings a quiet sense of mastery. Consistency remains the true key that turns these small habits into lasting freedom. Start with one addition today and layer in the others as they feel natural. Your body responds best to gentle, repeated signals rather than sporadic efforts. I have seen the difference in my own mobility and hear the same from others who commit to the daily rhythm. The changes accumulate quietly yet powerfully until one morning you realize the old limitations have quietly faded. The real question that lingers is not whether these ordinary staples can rewrite your comfort, but how long you will wait before letting them speak directly to the inflammation that has held your movement hostage.